Folks, Poster, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and, well, I just uploaded my, Torkoal / Flannery, Max Synchrid video, and they're pretty insane, the expanded Synchrid thing, they make a lot of these, sync pairs that used to be potatoes, although, the one we're going through today, Infernape, it wasn't too much I mean, it was kind of a potato. Its biggest issue really was just, well, it kind of died easily, and also Fire Blast always just misses. But the Synchrid expansion would make Infernape much better. So again, I just started, I just finished Torkoal, so I haven't really started. Well, I just kind of started on Infernape, so I don't have any of these open yet. But we're gonna go through a lot of these nodes and which ones you should probably build for the different types of Infernapes that you could build. So basically, in general, there's two kind of Infernape builds that you probably want to go for. Either you're going for the special attack Fire Blast route or the physical Fire Punch route. Both are really good. I personally would be going for Fire Punch just because for us Fire Special Attacker, I already have Torkoal, which is insanely good. So I personally don't need Flint to be a fire special attacker, but fire special, it's still very capable. Although I would have to say, at the moment, like here's a bit of an issue with Flint. For Flint, unlike Torkoal or Pikachu, Pikachu has all of these unlocked, and Torkoal again also has a lot of these nodes still locked because, well, we can't get two dupes of Torkoal at the moment or Flint at the moment. But Torkoal can survive with a lot of those lock nodes. You can get an insane Torkoal build, a pretty much almost or like nearly perfect Torkoal build without a lot of those lock nodes. But for Infernape, a lot of these locked ones are really good that we just can't get access to at the moment. So that's kind of sad. Like this Power Reserve, right? Power Reserve plus Endurance is going to be insane on Flint. Like even just like the regular like 4 energy plus 10 special attack, like these grids, and also like for Fire Blast, like 2 Fire Blast power ups and stuff like attack plus 20 for 5 energy, Fire Punch plus 4, and then over here you got Sharp Entry, which raises crit when the Pokemon enters a battle, and also you got Critical Strike, which powers up attacks if they become crits. So a lot of these locked ones are really good for Infernape, and unfortunately Infernape just can't access them at the moment. So the Infernape build that we're going to go through at the moment is just going to be for what we have access to at the moment. When we get the the more Infernape dupes in the future, I'll go over them again. But at the moment, we don't have access to a lot of these nodes, which are really, well, not this one. Well, it's not bad, but I would really spend on that one. But a lot of these ones are really good. But again, unfortunately, we can't really have access to them. So, anyways, again, let's go into the build. So let's talk about Fire Blast first, because a Fire Blast build is actually kind of complicated. So let's get into that first. So Fire Blast. So basically, the Synchrid. If we're looking at the right side, the top right side is mostly just Fire Punch stuff, and then the bottom right side is mostly Fire Blast stuff. So if you want to go for Fire Blast, obviously you'll have to spend a lot of stuff on the bottom right side here. So starting off with this, speed plus 5. Well, it's good to have speed, obviously, especially for Fire Blast build. You would need more speed for the Fire Blast build than the Fire Punch build, because again, Fire Blast is 3 bars, right? Oh, let's just go over Infernape's set real quick. So it has Dire Hit, which it's only up to +2, and then we're on Fire, which sharply raises attack and special attack. Again, that's +4 for both. Fire Punch, 49 power, 2 bar move, 100% accuracy. Fire Blast, special fire move, 121 power, 85 accuracy, and all those are single targets. And then passive skill already has Power Reserve, so for both builds, endurance is kind of key. But anyways, let's go through the Fire Blast path first. So start off with 4 energy plus 5 speed. Then you go down, take the Fire Blast accuracy, because again, you need to get that accuracy as high as possible. The highest you could get for accuracy is 95, if I remember correctly, right? 85, yeah, 95. You can't get it to 100%, but 95's pretty good. 95's not bad, right? much better than 85, right? So you'll take that, and in order to take that, take this one, obviously, you'll either have to take this, move gauge refresh for Fire Blast, or speed +5. I would personally recommend speed +5 because, well, it's cheaper. And this isn't that necessary. I mean, it's good to have, but, you know, it depends on how much, you know, leftover energy you have. You might go for this one, but I just go for this one for my build, right? So go for that speed, you get that accuracy, you get this power over here, this accuracy over here, and speed over here. Like, in comparison to Torkoal's Ember Power, there's so many Ember Power nodes. In comparison, Infernape's Fire Blast node doesn't have that much power-ups. So there's like only, what, 3 power-ups, and then 2 of them are locked away. Again, Fire Blast, if you're trying to build that at the moment, it's just not as strong, unfortunately, as it could be, potentially. So that's the bottom right corner. I think all of these add together is like, what, 24 energy, right? Again, you have only 60 energy to spend. You can't unlock all of them. And then moving on, let's go and grab Endurance, right? Before I go into any of the other stuff, all these are free. They all cost 0 energy. Just get them all. Get them all. I mean, maybe not attack if you're doing Fire Blast, and not special attack if you're doing Fire Punch. But, you know, all the other stuff, the speed, the free defenses, the free HP, you get them. Anyways, going down the bottom left path, which gets you Endurance, you want to pick up this HP +10, well, because you kind of have to, to go down here. This is Wear on Fire MP refresh. I wouldn't really recommend going for this one. So let's just go down this path for some more HP. And then down here, Special Defense +10. And then Endurance, which is a 7 cost. And, well, you get Endurance. There's really not much to it. And then you also pick up Special Attack +10. So I see a lot of people picking up the Agile Entry 2, which sharply raises user evasiveness when the Pokemon enters a battle, which is good. It's a good skill, but again, it costs 7, which might be a bit too much if you do want to maximize Infernape's damage output. And with Endurance, I don't think this is that big of a deal, honestly. So just pick up Endurance and then pick up this Special Attack +10. And then this totals to about, I think, what, 20, or how much was it? I think it was 20 power down here. So we got, what, 15, I believe, 15 energy left to spend. And again, we don't need anything from the top right corner. These are all Fire Punch stuff. So let's move on to the top left corner. So top left corner is actually pretty interesting. It's quite complicated. There's a lot of routes you could go for top left because, again, since Sharp Entry and Critical Strike is not open at the moment, unfortunately, you can't really go for them. So there's some really interesting routes that you could go for. So it really depends on if you want MP refresh on Dire Hit or if you want Speedy Entry. I personally would prefer or recommend picking up a Dire Hit MP refresh. I know a lot of people don't like it. For me, you know, a lot of people are fine with 80% crit, but that's a 20% chance of you not getting that, 1.5 times, crit, and that also bypasses shields and all that stuff. So I'd go for the safer route. I'd like to get my 100% crit, although again, it's not 100%, but again, using Torkoal, this thing, triggers so much. Like, I barely find any battles where this doesn't trigger at all. And if it doesn't trigger, oh well, 80% crit, right? So I would personally recommend picking this one up. You could definitely go the route of picking this up and picking this up. That's what, 12 points, right? And then you could pick up this, which is 2 energy, speed +5. Oh, by the way, this is Speedy Entry, which sharply raises user speed when the Pokemon enters the battle, which is really nice for Fire Blast, since again, Fire Blast does need, move gauges, right? It's a 3 move gauge move. So you could go with that, or you could go the other route. If you don't want Dire Hit, you could pick up Speedy Entry 2, or actually, let's go through Dire Hit, the Dire Hit build first. So with Dire Hit, MP Refresh 3, you have like a few options. Either you pick up this and then pick up Speedy Entry and then also pick up the speed, or you could pick up MP Refresh 3, pick up the speed, and then also pick up the Special Attack +10 over here just for the most damage on a single hit. Obviously sacrificing some speed. So it's either speed or damage if you're going for the Dire Hit, right? 1. So if you're not going for the Dire Hit and you just go for Speedy Entry, you could do this. You could go speedy entry, that's 5, speed plus 2, or speed plus 5, that's 2, and then special attack plus 10, which is 5, so that's 12 total. So you still have, what, 3 more energy to spend? So with that 3 energy, you could either go for special defense plus 10 over here, or physical defense plus 10, which both cost 3 energy. You could choose either one, really depends, right? I don't think anything else is really like 3 energy or below. Well, attack, you don't need attack at all, right? So yeah, I don't think you have any other options. So one of these, you could take them, right? Yeah, that's basically most of it. Although, again, obviously, if you're taking this route with speed plus special attack, you're losing, you're losing 20% chance to crit. So again, I would personally suggest doing the dire hit MP refresh, but if you want the speed plus special attack instead and an extra bit of defense, you could go for that as well. So that's going to be basically it for the Fire Blast build. I'll show you guys what it kind of looks like when you zoom out and grab all that. As you can see, you right side or bottom right, you take all the Fire Blast, you get the accuracy, you get the Fire Blast power up stuff, and then also get the speed to kickstart all that stuff. That's 25 energy. And then the bottom left, you just go all the way down to endurance. The red dots are the ones that you'll go for regardless of the path, right? And then all the way down there, that extra special attack plus 10. And then top left corner, those two you could pick up either way. If you're going for the isolated dire hit refresh or the speed refresh, right? You go that, and then if you're going for the speed entry plus the other or speed entry plus special attack plus 10, then you also have the option to grab those two. So anyways, that's for the Fire Blast build. Let's now go over a Fire Punch build. So again, Fire Punch, starting off, you probably want all of these except for maybe the special attack plus 5, but it's free, so if you got time and you got orbs to spend, you could do that maybe if you want, although I wouldn't recommend it. Better spend your time grinding someone else's orbs, right? For the Fire Punch build, all the Fire Punch stuff is on the top right corner. So you start off with over here, attack plus 5 for 2 energy, and then you go here, attack plus 10 for 3 energy, and then speed plus 10 for 3 energy. You probably want that as well. Fire Punch, power plus 4, that's 2 energy. Fire Punch, power plus 4, so we got like 5 of these total, right? So that's, all these are 24 energy total. You also have this Fire Blast move gauge refresh, which has a moderately good chance of increasing your move gauge by 1 when you use Fire Punch. It might come handy in the future if, when this unlocks, maybe you want to go for that just so you could save on some of these grids over here, and then, actually get both sharp entry and critical strike. But at the moment, I wouldn't really suggest going for it, right? But it could be useful in the future. But anyways, that's for the top right stuff. You got, 24 energy expended over there. And then bottom part, again, you're going for endurance. This time, since you don't need the special attack plus 10, you could you'll only go up to endurance, so you save, 5 energy over here, right? So again, you take this, take this, take this, take this, and then you got the endurance. Again, you could go this route as well if you want. Go over here, go over here, over here, or over here, or over here. It really depends if you want special defense or defense, right? But obviously this costs slightly more, right? So there are some stuff on the top side that you might not be able to pick up. But this does give you an MP refresh on the We're on Fire, just if you want plus 6 physical attack, I guess, which isn't the biggest deal in my opinion, but hey, if you want to do that, it's fine. Moving on to the top left corner, this is, I believe, going the all blue path to endurance. I believe that's 15. And then the top left corner, so again, highly suggest picking up the dire hit refresh over here, and then picking up the speed plus 5, and then the speedy entry as well, and then over here attack plus 10, and then that's basically it. You don't really have any more energy left. So that's 19 energy over here. So the Fire Punch build is personally what I'm going for, just because again, I already have Torkoal as a really good, you know, special fire striker. I also have Typhlosion, but you know, Typhlosion is just not as good as Torkoal, unfortunately. But you know, still. But yeah, both builds are pretty powerful, but both builds are also not at their max potential at the moment because again, Critical Strike is locked, Power Reserve down here is locked, and for Fire Blast you got like 10 power locked away, and then for Fire Punch you got 4 power plus like 20 attack locked away as well. So this isn't Infernape's full potential, but it's still really good. So anyways, I'll also put up the Fire Punches image over here. So basically, yeah, you got all this stuff on Fire Punch, basically everything from the top right. Down here you get all the way up to Endurance. No, you know, you don't need that one at the bottom. And then over here you get Dire Hit, the speed stuff, some more attack, and then some more speed, I guess. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think about this build in the comments down below and all that stuff. Like and enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon Masters content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.